We have seen the launching of MyCC's new logo and the roundtable discussion with the competition law experts. So now, if you allow me to close with me asking you some questions with regards to what happened today. The previous discussion was very informative and insightful. Now we understand what MyCC looks like and your responsibilities in making MyCC as a trusted agency in protecting the process of competition. So do you have anything else to share, or perhaps your hope for MyCC after an impressive 10-year run?
Actually, 10 years is a very short time. Yeah. But we have improved leaps and bounds. Over the 10 years, we have, I must say that we have achieved quite a lot. But it's just that we want to make it known to the public, especially the consumers, that we are working for their interests. So for this 10th anniversary, as you can see, one of the highlights is to introduce the newly improved logo of MyCC. After 10 years, I think it's the right time for us to make some changes to MyCC itself. MyCC will continuously change itself to improve, in order to improve, to contribute to the development of the economy through the process of competition that we need to protect. So the logo signifies, last time if you notice, our logo is somehow very small, in a way that it signifies changes and maturity of MyCC itself. Yeah. So we have a bigger MyCC alphabets in the logo itself, and then we hope that people can easily identify MyCC after this. Yeah, because logo plays an important role in any organization. Yeah, it embodies the culture, the colors of the organization. Yeah, so we thank the government, especially the Ministry of Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs, for their support in this matter. For our achievement, Kevin, we have done quite a few decisions, especially decision against cartels and also abusive monopolies. And we hope that it will be a deterrent factor against cartels to be out there, and warning to the monopolies so that they can, we hope that they can act in line with the laws that we are promoting. But in the end, it is the consumers that we want to protect, because if we protect the consumers, we can guarantee that the development of economy shall continue as usual, and maybe it will improve leaps and bounds, because the consumers is the soul of the economy. I must say, competition policies and laws are one of the main factors that can drive the economy of any nation forward. Yeah. So what we did for the past 10 years is that we have issued a lot of decisions against cartels. We have issued decision against abusive monopolies. We have advised many government agencies with regards to the competition policies and laws in their regulation. And we have carried out advocacy programs all over Malaysia. We talked to the consumer groups, we talked to the industrial groups, we talked to the stakeholders such as the legal practitioners and whatnot.
Do you have anything to share, or perhaps your hope for MyCC after a very impressive 10-year run?
These 10 years embodies the achievement of MyCC. We started as a small agency with less than a dozen of officers. But along the way, within these 10 years, I think we have achieved quite a lot. Yeah. Now we have a set of young and energetic officers in MyCC taking charge of the issues that is very important now. Today, 1st April 2021, as the the mark of what we can say is that newly improved MyCC 2 is logo. We didn't change too much of the logo. We didn't change to a new logo, but we improve our logo. It means that we want to tell the public, we want to tell the consumers and the stakeholders that MyCC have improved. Yeah. So the first step is through the logo. I hope everybody can accept that logo and maybe like the logo, so that we can present our changes to everyone in the industry. Yeah.
So based on the session earlier today that was being discussed by the experts during the roundtable session, so what are your comments on the session?
Oh yes, the topic is about MyCC past, present and futures. Yeah, we have chose carefully the panelists. Yeah, one is from the universities or from the academicians, and then one is from the industry players. The other one is from our friends from Hong Kong. What we are trying to present here is that they notice the development of MyCC from a small agency to what we can say is that MyCC is that I think they realize that MyCC has shown its maturity. It takes time for any agency to mature. Yeah, it's understandable, but it's just that what we have achieved so far, we believe that it has changed the landscape of the public policy. Usually the government, in dealing with the industry, they will take into account only the industrial policy. Now they somehow accept the competition policy, so that whatever policy they created, it must not be anti-competitive in nature. Because if you are anti-competitive, you put the elements of anti-competitive in your policy, it will have this negative effects on the economy, on the investment. Yeah, so somehow it will put off the consumers. Yeah, because the consumers must be protected. They must be guaranteed three things. They must be given competitive pricing, they must be given choices, they must be given quality products and services. And we verily believe that competition policy can guarantee that. Yes, industrial policy plays a lot of role, but with competition policy, it completes the policy of the government, and the government will get the benefit because it will drive the economy very quickly towards the goals that they have targeted. Yeah.
So what are the upcoming plans for MyCC, and where do you see MyCC in the next 5 years?
Okay, we have started this exercise. We are amending our law. Okay, one of the core amendments that we have set sight on it is the introduction of a new power, mergers and acquisition regime. You see, we are the only country in Southeast Asia, to be honest with you. We are the only country in Southeast Asia that does not have that power, merger regimes. It's very important, merger regimes to be the power to be given to MyCC, because as you can see, there's a lot of mergers acquisition taking place in Malaysia right now, even all over the world, that have effect in Malaysian market. Last time people suddenly got surprised when there's even a proposal by Telenor and Axiata to merge, because Telenor has interest in DG and Axiata has interest in Celcom. So it created these queries amongst even the government side, yeah, because what will happen to the telecommunication sector if these two giants merge, yeah? So if MyCC is given the role, yeah, if given the power to scrutinize the mergers, we can assure that to the public that the merger will not lessen the competition in the market. Last time, recently, I think 2 or 3 years ago, Malaysia was somehow taken aback with the exit of Uber in the market. Remember? Yeah. So, and then at that point of time, people are so used to the presence of the 2 e-hailing companies in Malaysia, that is Grab and Uber. When they merge, it somehow caused these worries among the consumers, and we receive a lot of complaints due to this merger. And because we didn't have the power to scrutinize the mergers, we couldn't unscramble the eggs. So Grab became the supra-dominant e-hailing company in Malaysia. Of course, there's a story after that. We investigated Grab, and then we have issued a proposed decision against Grab, and now is being at the stage of we are listening to their representation or their defense. So we'll see how in maybe in about I think this year, I think we will issue the final decision if time permits. Yeah, with all these COVID-19 pandemics that somehow limits our movement, I think it may take a bit longer for us to arrive to that decision. But we have, of course, that is the core issue. But at the same time, we want to improve the powers, the function of MyCC at the same time through the amendments.
Last question, perhaps you can tell us the story behind the hashtag Bebas Cartel.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We had this program also. So we had to, a few years back, we had to come out with this hashtag Bebas Cartel. So what we want to achieve, you see, a lot of our decisions is in relation to cartels. 80% of it, 80% of them are on cartels, because cartels, to me, are the supreme evil of competition law. If you want to equate it with penal code, it's as worse as murder. It's daylight robbery. Yeah, it takes away people's hard-earned money. So that's why we want to target cartel first, because cartel is a group of unscrupulous traders who agreed amongst themselves to fix prices, so that they can enrich themselves only, and the consumer will face the burden of paying more, and you have to pay to inefficient player in the market if they are part of the group. So it must be eradicated. Of course, it's a monumental task to eradicate cartels. Even in Japan, they have this competition law in 1947. Since after they lost the World War II, okay, they promulgated the law. Up until today, they are still fighting with cartels. So, but we are just being optimistic here. So that's why we put Bebas Cartel, hashtag Bebas Cartel. Hopefully one day, Malaysia is free from cartels.
So thank you for that, because as a consumer, myself as well, and for the consumers out there, this is a very good policy and done by MyCC, and I hope it will take off in terms of protection for all the consumers.
Yeah, inshallah. We'll do our best. Yeah, and we always do our best.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Kelvin.
Thank you.